If you've ever increased the budget on a particular channel and you've seen sales go up, but you're still wondering, I'm not sure what caused this revenue to grow up. This is the problem media mix modeling, or MMM, is trying to solve. My name is Salam from Insights Titan, where we empower businesses to make better decisions with data and drive growth. Most marketers are measuring what is easy, not exactly what is true. A lot of marketing teams live inside the various platforms dashboards and they see that Google Ads says one thing, Meta Ads says another. Your attribution tool says something completely different, while the CRM is somewhere in between. So even when the revenue moves, the real question is still fuzzy. What channels are actually driving growth? Which one is just getting the credit for the growth? And where should we put the next dollar? This is where media mix modeling comes in. So what is media mix modeling really? At a simple level, media mix modeling is a way of estimating how much each marketing channel contributed to the business result. Usually, things you're measuring for in a conversion is sales, leads, sign-ups, and revenue. So instead of asking which ad got the click, MMM asks a broader question. When all of our marketing activity is happening at once, how much impact is each of this channel likely to have in the final result? And that's a very different way of thinking about it. It's less about tracking one user, but it is more about understanding the bigger picture. The biggest way to understand MMM is to stop thinking about it in clicks or impressions. Let's think about it in this frame. Imagine your business is running Google Ads, Meta Ads, YouTube, email, organic search, or even an offline activity all at the same time. Where would you be able to attribute the sales going up to? Now, the problem is you cannot just look at the last click and say the whole campaign was the cause for a particular click, because marketing does not work in isolation. Channels interact, brand awareness matters, timing matters, seasonality matters, and the promotion also matters. MMM tries to account for the bigger picture. It looks at patterns over time and estimates which activities are contributing most to a particular outcome. Why do marketers care about MMM in the first place? Most teams start caring about MMM when attribution starts feeling unreliable. And that happens a lot, especially when customers see multiple touch points before they convert. The platform reporting feels inflated. The privacy changes on different platforms reduces the tracking visibility. Brand activity is difficult to measure, and the finance team also want to know what platform works. MMM becomes attractive and even valuable because it helps answer a question that attribution often struggles with. What is actually driving the business, not what can easily get measured? And that is why this matters more as the budget begins to grow. MMM is useful, but it has its limits. MMM is not the perfect machine, or it is never the perfect model. And that means it is an informed estimate based on historic data, patterns, assumptions, and statistical analysis. So the value of MMM is not that it gives you absolute certainty. The value is that it gives you a more strategic way to think about your budget allocation, especially when simple platform attribution is no longer enough. So MMM will not tell you the exact truth. The better way to think about it is MMM can help me make better budget decisions than relying only on the platform's ROAS. And this is a much more useful way to think about it. Where is MMM most useful for agencies and growing businesses? MMM becomes especially useful when you are dealing with multi-channel growth. For example, you're spending across several platforms, you're running both brand and performance activities. You're trying to understand marginality or diminishing returns. You want to know where extra budget should go. You need to explain the marketing impacts to the business, and this is a good place where the agencies and the operators of the campaign begin to pay attention, because at some point the platform says a campaign worked, but it didn't really work. Now you need a clearer way to connect the spend to the outcomes. So should every business use MMM? Not exactly. Some businesses are too early to explore MMM. some do not have enough channel complexity, and some do not spend enough for it to be valuable to them yet. Once marketing starts getting complex and the business needs better answers to budget allocation, MMM becomes relevant and valuable to them. And this is usually the point where the team stops asking questions like, how do we track more? And start asking, how do we understand what is really moving the business? This is more of a mature stage measurement question, and that is where MMM starts to become valuable and useful to the business. As always, if you found this useful, if it was also valuable to you, do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.